everybody, this is Taz. Welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One. Welcome back to The Cut, just a series of shorter little videos that didn't quite make the cut into my wig reviews. Today I'm going to showcase once again the brand new Unfiltered by Raquel Welch, but we're going to make some quick and easy modifications to this style coming up. Be sure to catch my full review of this style. I've featured it in a couple of different videos so far, but this is the Unfiltered by Raquel Welch, new for 2020 in the color Shaded Biscuit RL19 23 SS. My favorite color, and now one of my favorite styles. This style is actually a little unique and creative for Raquel Welch. I'm really enjoying this little leap here that they've made into this little casual style. It features a lot of beautiful separated waviness. So underneath it kind of has a little bit of a body wave, and then sprinkled on top you'll see some of these very loose, unstructured, casual, curly waves. I wanted to do something with these front pieces because they just seem to be a little stringy to me, and I wanted them to act a little more cohesively. Now I like that messy look all throughout the sides and the back, but around the front I wanted something a little bit more smooth. I do want to use my hot air brush to create a little more smoothness in the front. Now this is a heat-friendly fiber wig by Raquel Welch called her True to Life Fiber. It's supposed to be heat-friendly up to 350 degrees. Now a lot of times your heat appliances may not have a temperature gauge on them, so this is just going to be kind of a learning process for you, and it will become instinct for you as you experiment more and more. I'm not going to use this today, but there's actually a styling solution that you can use. It's called John Renault's Heat Treat. So you would actually spray that on the fibers, very gentle spray of it, and then go about doing your heat styling with your heat appliance. Now I don't use that. I have gotten to the point where it's just very instinctual to me of how much heat can be applied. And I always go with the motto of the least effective amount of heat. So enough heat to make it do what you want, but not so much that it's going to put undue wear and tear on your fibers. One of my favorite appliances to use on my heat-friendly styles is actually a hot air brush. And this is the Helen of Troy hot air brush. And at one time I had this in my Amazon store available, but I think they've sold out. I'm not sure, but I think maybe this appliance may be discontinued. So I went ahead and made a substitute. You can check out the links below. But this particular one, it does not have a temperature gauge on it, but it does have a high and a low setting. And the heat seems to be effective, yet not too intense. So what it does, it acts kind of like a curling iron and a hairdryer all at once. So it blows hot air through these holes, and yet the curling iron effect is what's going to create the curl. It also has the type of bristles that you want for a wig. They're solid bristles, and they do not rip or tear like a boar's hair or some kind of brush bristle. So you want to avoid that with your wigs. It heats up very quickly, so when you turn it on, I'm going to turn it on high. It even sounds like a hair dryer on a low setting, but this is on high. And the heat is fairly mild. Okay? Now the low setting is just as hot. It just doesn't blow as much air. So I'm going to use mine on the highest setting, and when I set about styling it with this, I am going to forever just keep it in motion. That way there's no real hot spots on the hair. Now remember, these fibers are meant to take the heat up to a certain point, but anytime you apply heat to a style, even a heat-friendly style, it does put some wear and tear on the wig. Now again, my goal is to kind of eliminate some of the stringiness there in the front by creating a more smooth, intact curl. So I want to separate the piece that I'm going to work with, and then I'm going to start at the top and just wrap it around again, I'm constantly keeping it moving, just kind of keeping it circulating to eliminate hot spots. So you can already tell that it's creating a little more smoothness. Let's try the other side. Okay, so I just want to make a note. So you notice that I kept rotating it in that repetitive motion. That's just to keep everything moving. So while I'm curling it, and I'm also pulling on it, so that it'll eventually release, and I'll start and do it again. So that you want to use what I say, the least effective amount of heat and the least effective amount of time. So if you're achieving the look that you want with the very low heat setting in a very short time, that's probably the most ideal thing. And some may take a little bit more depending on what kind of result that you want. Let's just continue to go forward here and create a smoother look in the front. Now you can see where there's definitely a smoother look here in the front, and on the sides and in the back, it's still kind of that choppy texture. But it kind of eliminated some of that stringiness where they were all going all over the place here, and kept that front a little more intact. Actually, that front piece looks a whole lot more like simmer now than it did before. So if you have a Raquel Welch Unfiltered and you were really bothered kind of by some of the stringiness, I think a hot air brush is definitely one way that you can help bring this style together in a more cohesive way so that you enjoy it better. So this is just all a matter of personal preference, isn't it? Have fun, explore, and own those wigs. See you next time on Taz's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One.